I get a lot of questions about setting the float, so I thought I'd go through that with you. I set the floats a little differently than the factory. I set the ends at 23 30 seconds and the middle at 21 30 seconds. They both have a 1 and 24 30 second drop. The drop is the same as the factory. There are two kind of floats here. The original brass floats for the end carburetors or the 6.6 center is a little larger than other brass floats available. It's not available anymore. The brass floats are just not being made. So if you have an original one and it's good, reuse it. Otherwise, you're going to get a new float that's a composite material. When you set the float level, you're using the line right in the center on the brass one, and they've been kind enough on the neoprene. There's a little raised line there that you'll be able to see to set the float. So I'm going to put the brass one in and set it for you. I've had this one in and it's probably set right, so I'll change it so it isn't right. Straighten it out for you. So it should be 23 30 seconds from the gasket to the middle of the seam, measured with a float gauge. And in this case, like I say, it's right on the money, 23 30 seconds. That way you can see where to measure. When you need to adjust it, I'll adjust it to 21 30 seconds here just to show you how it's done. When you adjust the float, never push on the float, it'll break it. You bend it right here in the middle. Typically you use a pair of needle nose. I did say something wrong. The center one is 21 30 seconds, not 23, and I've adjusted it down to right about 21, 22, somewhere in there. This is the needle and seat you see in this is a one-piece needle and seat. I sell them on the web page. They might be available other places, but I prefer them over the two-piece. Then the other thing you have to set is the float drop. Float drop is adjusted with this tab on the back of the float that touches that needle and seat area. And so when you measure the drop, you let it drop. You're measuring from the gasket to the bottom of the float. The float should be somewhat level at this point, and it should be 1 and 24 30 seconds. You can see it's about 1 and 18. So you can do this with your fingers. Make sure you're bending the tab only. Bring it down a little bit. 1 and 20. And 24 30 seconds. So that's the float drop. One thing I forgot to mention, when you're setting the float level, that line should be close to parallel to the top of the air horn. So if it's way one way or the other, you need to do some more adjusting to get it right.